Hey, y'all, come look at this.
What's up, Goblin Nation? It's Gibrian, aka Gib the Mob Goblin, and I'm back with another video. Now, I know I was gone for a week, but as you might be able to tell by my voice, I was sick for the last week, so hopefully it sounds a lot better than it did. Seriously, one of the worst times to get sick is during all these new info drops with these interviews they've been taking. Speaking of the interviews, that's actually what we're going to be going over today. Now, I know most YouTubers have covered the interviews already, but I kind of want to take a different approach to it. Most people are just kind of covering what they've said in the interview. I kind of want to dive deeper to see if we can get extra meaning from them. You know what I mean? Like when they say something, I want to see the implications. It's a little bit of theorizing, a little bit of, discussion, that kind of thing. So hopefully we can come up with some new info that other people haven't mentioned. Now, a lot of these Roblox YouTubers will just cover info or news or that kind of thing. No one really does it the way Gibrian does, referring to myself in the third person. I'll milk it until it's completely dry. You know what I mean? I'm going to get every last bit of info out of the video, even if most of it's speculation, because at the end of the day, speculation is theory crafting, and half the fun with this kind of thing is just theorizing or discussing things that we're not really sure on. Now, I kind of want to go over these in order, so the first one we'll watch is the one by Sweepy, the first interview that released. So without further ado, buckle in because delicious times are ahead of you. Now, these are probably the coolest intros I've seen on Roblox ever. If every boss has an introduction like this, I can only imagine how creative some of them are gonna get.
Okay, so question 2 we got, how frequently you guys plan on updating Rell C's, because Shindo, that was every week back in the day. It was crazy. But now, what's the plan for Rell C's?
So at first it's gonna be almost every day, right? Because we're gonna have to patch up bugs, we're gonna have to fix stuff, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna add some new content maybe every week, right? For just a couple months, right? And then we'll go into more planned schedule monthly updates. We're actually preparing content ahead of time, a lot of content. So we have commissioned devs working on the future content. Well, the thing is, if you guys want, there's a server that we have that you can join for, if you're a dev, to get commissions and all.
Okay.
So most people are focusing on the weekly updates at first, which is going to be really nice, followed by the monthly updates. But something I find kind of interesting is the way he talks about the developers that they're commissioning. He goes on to say that they have developers working on future content, but then he goes, but the thing is, there's a but there, and then he, suggests that people join a server to get commissions. To me, it kind of looked like he was about to complain, and then he turned it into a job offer for anyone looking. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm reading too much into it here.
Question number 3. This one, let's get a little bit more personal, I guess. So far for you guys, what has been the biggest challenge while developing Rell C's?
I would say the biggest challenge for developing Rell C's will be trying to aim for perfection at all times.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think this year we actually want to release the game. Right. This year is the year, man.
No, first things first, I like how confident he is when he says that they're definitely releasing it this year. I think by now, if they were going to delay it to next year, they would probably know by now. Unfortunately, I feel like the way he's emphasizing this year, we're probably not going to get it until after summer. It might even be a fall release, which could be so devastating.
Will there still be 30 plus devil fruits on release, or will you end up saving some for future updates?
On release, we're actually going to reduce the amount of content inside the game as well. I won't say 30, but there might be 25. Yeah, probably 25 devil fruits on release. We're going to try to do more races, more we're just going to have an overall balanced content.
Okay, now call me crazy, but I think them cutting devil fruits is actually a really good sign, because it shows that they're not just going to keep adding and delaying the game. They actually know that it is better to just cut some stuff and release it sooner. So to me, this is a good sign. Plus, we're getting more races, which is cool. Hopefully this isn't just races, but visual variation on the races. I know we've only seen the one type of mink and the one type of fishman, and I would like to see some more variety on that.
How much of the progression in game can you guys tell us about so far?
You can go listen up to the NPCs. Sometimes the NPCs will say they need something, right? Then that leads you into something else. And while you're doing that, you might see a fucking marine attacking warship attacking some pirate ship, right?
Yep.
You can join in on that battle, and then it takes you to somewhere else. So I think we did do a good job with our systems, especially with events and all. You'll be able to enjoy the game no matter where you're at in the world. Simple as that.
No, personally, I think one of the best things about Rell Seas is their event system that they're doing. A lot of these games feel kind of empty when you load into them, and with events, it really feels like, you know, anything could happen at any time. And it's great for replay value or just wandering around when you've already done most of the content. A lot of these games kind of run out of things for you to do once you've like hit the level cap, or, you know, in this case, I don't know how the level cap works because they haven't really shown us that part of progression. But when you're already like fully kitted, let's say you got your dream weapon armor, you can just aimlessly wander around on your boat, bump into other players, and just kind of exist in the world, and events will keep triggering and keeping you engaged, and that's huge for this kind of game.
So release date, right? If we're talking release date, we will let you know within movie 3, right?
Ooh.
If we're not ready, right, we're not going to put it into movie 3. But if we're ready, we're going to put it in movie 3. That's a mistake we made with movie 2. We felt pressured by all the YouTubers, by everyone always constantly asking us for the release date. We felt pressured, right? So we put in like some date that we thought we would be able to make, but it's looking very close because and I hate to say so close, because so close can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. We will let you all know because testing started. We tested the combat systems, tested the phone. Oh wait,
Did he say phone? Are they talking about the snails? I think he means there's like a phone system. We might have working voice chat with the snails, which is kind of something I didn't really expect. Now, aside from that, which is cool enough, he also mentioned stuff about release date, which I think is very interesting because he goes on to say the game is very close, but that might mean a lot of things depending on who you're asking, or, you know, in case there's any delays. And the part where he mentions about movie 2, about how they put the wrong date because they thought they could release it in time due to like pressure. To me, when they say the release date might not be in movie 3, I still think it's gonna be in movie 3. I just think they don't want to talk themselves into a corner again, so they're playing it extra safe. And also it depends on how long movie 3 takes for them to make. Like if movie 3 is done next month, they might not have a release date. So the game might not end up releasing before summer, or I guess during summer, but there's a pretty good chance we'll be testing, or maybe in the closed community version.
tested so many other systems. I can't tell you what type of systems we tested, right? Aside from the red testers, right? That's what their name is, right? Aside from them testing, we have the inner circle that's been constantly testing things. And right now we're in that dev period to remaster and make everything just look nice, man.
You can't rush a good game. For everyone complaining on the release, you cannot rush a good game. So very honest answer right there. And I think honestly, there's another thing I want to ask, but do you guys have any last things you want to say to the community?
Guys, Sweet Pea, right?
Yes.
He's one of the best. I'm telling you, one of the best persons, not just personalities on the internet, right? He is actually a genuine human being, right? And if this guy does not get 1 million subscribers by the end of this year, right? This entire community, I'm telling you, I'm gonna delay this game till like 2028, bro.
Well, you guys all heard him. Everyone go subscribe to Sweet Pea if you haven't already. Obviously, I think he's joking, but I do really respect how much he's shouting at his friend here. And that's how you know he's a real one, like when you're on the come up, you want your friends to be up there with you. And that's why I'm always shouting out, my friends that do YouTube, that kind of thing. So obviously subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you haven't. We basically made it to the end of the interview. Honestly, I didn't expect to get so much info out of that. Like, a lot of it is just kind of like attitude stuff. Like, the way he talks about the release date makes me think it might actually be sooner than I'm expecting. I'm really hoping it's not fall, because if it's fall, that means we have like 6 months to wait. But fingers crossed, maybe we'll get it at the beginning of summer. It all depends on how many delays they have to do with internal testing and that kind of thing. But I kind of have the feeling that we're going to be getting a lot of new Rell Seas info soon. Aside from just the movie, it does kind of seem like they're speeding things up behind the scenes. But that's just the vibe I'm getting. I don't know. I know they're pretty active in the Rell Games Discord, so maybe there's stuff there I need to look at to see how they've responded to people. But yeah, maybe that'll be another video. I was planning on doing both interviews in this video, but sometimes I forget how much of a yapper I am. I just think I have a lot to say when it comes to nuance of how people talk. So I'll probably end up making another video for the other interview. Maybe I'll pre-watch it to see if it's even worth it. I know it's a lot longer, so I'm sure I'll find some stuff to say, but I gotta see how well this video does, because maybe no one's gonna click this one since the interviews have already been covered to death by every YouTuber ever. Oh, and let me know if you guys want me to do a suggestion video next to break it up a little bit, because doing 2 interview videos back to back might not be for everyone. So just comment below what you think. Obviously only the real ones make it this far in the video anyways. So if you're not subscribed, then why are you still watching? But thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video hopefully sometime this week. I do kind of want to push this one out quicker because of the last week I had to take off because of my sickness. So maybe I'll push out a double upload this week instead of once a week. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.